Thank you so much. Well, I was telling the folks earlier how we go back so many years, like to the late 80s when you used to come out on the road with the Beach Boys, and that's about right, wasn't it?
No, early. I started in 84, about 84.
Okay, great.
And you were always, and still are, my favorite guy on the road. God, we had so much fun. Billy was, in case you guys don't know, he was always you would always look to Billy for happiness and joy and laughter. And sometimes travel could be tough, and but you'd always turn to Bill and he'd have a funny joke, and you were always optimistic, you're always positive, you always wanted to do a great show, and that's why I love performing with you.
Thank you, John. Well, John sent in a pretty funny clip. We used to do what we call the soft shoe during the breakdown section of Good Vibrations, and it got to be a nightly occurrence.
Yeah, for some reason, you probably started it, but I'm a guest out there. Billy's and in the middle of Good Vibrations, there's sort of a break that gotta keep those, and he would get Mike Kowalski, the drummer, to play a soft shoe thing on the wood block, right? And then Billy would drag me out and we would do a soft shoe bit. Neither of us are tap dancers. But this particular clip I found the other day to show you was this very, very rare time in the 90s when Mike Love was gone for a few shows and Brian Wilson had come in, and he was in great shape, Brian. But here we are tap dancing and crapping up maybe one of the greatest songs he ever wrote. And I just wonder, do they just look at us and go, what are these idiots doing?
Well, we were having such a good time, Bruce got in on the action. So check out this clip if it's loaded up.
Everybody gonna sing along with us now?
Not yet.
Oh boy.
Now that's good, solid entertainment for you, isn't it, folks? I mean,
now,
really.
I said that you're the one who that whole thing. Watching the tape back now, it looks like I'm yanking you. Come on, Billy, let's.
Yeah, I think so. Say, listen, John, everyone's been talking about your great commercial that you did recently, and I just want to tell you, I've been trying to knit myself a car, a new car, and I was wondering whether or not you could give me some tips on the whatever it's called. Do you actually, can you do any knitting? That's a stupid question, but can you?
No, but I wanted to portray myself as a good knitter, and the way we had to do it was when you discovered me, I had to be finishing the bit. So I wanted to do an elaborate, knitting piece. But so I didn't get that, so I thought, I'm going to put a drumstick, spin in it, and I ended up doing that with
And
I stabbed myself like.
There was a technique you said about how they cut the shots. You were never really in the same room with that woman, right? How did they set that up? How'd they do that?
Well, we shot it like March, April, somewhere around there. So, no, it was a little later, but regardless, still quarantine was going on. And so she shot her side, and then I did my side, but they had to bring all the props, the desk, the computers, my sister there with her shirt on. Never met that nice woman, not to be.
Okay, well, thank you for that explanation. One of the folks that have written in to me, I wanted to know about Kokomo. We did that Kokomo video. In fact, that was down in Florida. Do you remember the circumstances of that? How did you get asked to do the Kokomo video?
Well, we were on the road there, right? And we were doing a special for ABC, I believe. And the song was the Fat Boys and the Beach Boys, which was what was that song? Wipeout that you used to do on stage.
I used to do on stage.
And I remember we did the special, and then after they said, let's just shoot a quick video. Do you remember? And it started raining, and we literally just maybe did 2 takes of, we did Kokomo, and then I remember playing the song a lot. Jeff Foskett, who's watching tonight, we would start playing Kokomo, and it was the beer song. Like 10,000 people as one would get up and go to get beer or use the restroom or something. And Jeff would say, he'd do stiff as a board, this is a stiff. And then, the video came out, and it was in the Cocktail movie, and that was catapulted to #1, and then it wasn't the beer song anymore.
Right. Well, it was a perfect confluence, I like to say, of elements of Tom Cruise movie. The Beach Boys had a #1 hit with Kokomo. You were in the video. It all came together. What I remember about being down there was we stayed at the Grand Floridian Hotel, and everything was free, my brother. It was all free because they were breaking in the staff, as you may recall.
That's right.
And so all we did was we'd go to the restaurant, we'd order something, we'd sign for it, and tip the waiter or waitress, and that was it. That was a beautiful thing. And yeah,
trying recipes out, so like we were the guinea pigs, right? I mean, it was like, here, have this gator on a bun. Okay, gator on a bun.
Gator on a bun. Yes, sir. You can get that down there in Florida. Down the old Shell Road, you can get that gator on a bun. Oh, yeah.
Good times. I really loved my time with you, and I'm proud of you for doing the show. You work hard on it. Every time I try to talk to you, I'm writing the show. I'm working on the show this week. I'm doing a medley of Willie Nelson and anyone named Willie, and the whole thing.
Right. Well, now I know you were close with Carl and Dennis Wilson. Do you have a great Carl Wilson story you can tell our viewers, and a Dennis Wilson story you can tell our viewers? I didn't know Dennis. Dennis, I met him maybe once because he died in '83, I think, right? And I started really coming around in '84. But Carl, like everybody, he was an incredible influence on me. Not only, musically he was incredible because I learned time from him. He would say, watch my elbow. You remember? And he would be like this, and I'd be, playing drums behind him. And so you watch for tempo and time. But one of the most beautiful things happened last night. I was emailing with his son, Justin, who you connected me with, and Justin, said hi and all this stuff. And then he said, I'm really happy that you're a father. And he said, my dad would really be proud of you. So that was really sweet. Wow, beautiful, beautiful. And I know you love Dennis, and you did his song Forever. You made it popular all over again, so thank you for that. Listen, some of our viewers are asking about those guitars behind you, or that guitar behind you. Could you tell us a little bit about those instruments? The ones up. Oh, that one, or the one up in the. Oh man, you got a lot. You got more guitars than I do. Jeez. What do you have, a deal with someone? My gosh.
Gibson was so good to give these. When I first started on Full House, we went into the Gibson showroom again with Jeff Foskett, and I said, what guitar should I get? And he said, what's the most expensive one? And I think the first one was this gold top over here that I've used in a lot of stuff. And then that guitar I had made for the 4th of July specials that I've been doing in first one I did 4 years ago with the Beach Boys. I thought that would look cool. I was doing a Zoom earlier with Mike Love for Points of Light. It's really a great organization. So I thought I'd throw up some Beach Boy gold and platinum records. And that is Tombstone from the Haunted Mansion at Disney.
Fantastic.
Pretty much sums up my whole life.
Uh-huh. Well, that's a pretty good collection you got going there. Well, gosh, we have some photos that we can show. I'd like to put up there. Yeah. Now, John, that's my black on black Telecaster. I don't know how you ended up with it, but and I'm playing some guitar that was just laying around, I guess. But yeah, that's somewhere out on the road, and we were rocking out.
Are we saying chords there? Or, I mean, I don't know. You're looking down, and I'm looking.
Well,
a willy hand.
There's a familiar face, not ours, the one in the middle. That's Paul Abdul, and that's John and I in our turbans.
Billy used to wrap the towel at the end of the show. He would wrap that towel around, and then he would take a pick and lick it a little bit and put it right on his forehead.
Yes.
Billy was always there. Look at that hair. Billy was the guy on the road that knew the road. I was new, and Billy's, you put a whole book out, Know the Road, right, Bill? And
that's right, and a DVD.
One of my favorite stories is that we'd go to sound check and he would take a little sandwich. He taught me that. We'd go to the hotel rooms. He'd wrap it up in a napkin, put it on top of the TV. This is back when they had those big, televisions. Turn it on. We'd do the gig, and we'd come back and we'd have a nice warm sandwich on the top of our TV when we got home.
One of my best know the road tricks, yes, preserving that ever important sandwich, the after show sandwich. Yes, indeed. And there's our dear friend, and she's family to us. There's Carney Wilson right there. And that was one of her birthday parties that we celebrated. And
Griffin there on the
long time ago. John, tell us, any projects coming up? I don't want to keep you too long. I know you got the family there, and I appreciate you taking the time.
I was waiting for this all day, and I love you. But I am going back to work on Monday. I have a new show called Big Shot, which is written by David E. Kelly, who's one of the best ever. And I play a basketball coach who he's a hot-headed guy in the NCAA, and I throw a chair and I get kicked out because of my anger, and I have to work my way back up at an all-girls private high school in Laguna. And so I sort of come in training them, coaching them as I would, my college guys, and I fat shame them, I get in trouble right off the bat. But it's a really nice show. It's on Disney Plus, but it hasn't started yet.
Well, we'll look for it, and John will look for you and all your great projects down the line. I love you so much. Thank you. God bless you, and thanks for calling in and zooming in. And I hope to see you soon.
And next time you come over, you'll just drive home in that, and I'll laugh.
All right, my friend. Bye for now.
Thank you.
Thank you.